Let's have Michael Obasi join us now on the show this Wednesday morning. Michael Obasi is an Abuja-based sport journalist and a media consultant, a man who knows Shehu Dikko so well, and he was the one, of course, who put out this statement on behalf of Mallam Shehu Dikko. Good morning, Michael Obasi. Good to have you back on ADBN Sport. I know the last time we, of course, had you on the show was in Paris. You were in Paris when the Paris Olympics was on. Good to have you on the program this Wednesday morning. Okay. Let's. Okay. Michael Obasi, if you can unmute yourself, let's do that again. Of course, you can just quickly unmute yourself. Michael, good to have you on ADBN Sport and share with us this vision of the NSC chairman to have 6 functional stadiums across the country. Okay. Let's see. Of course, hopefully Michael can get that sorted out as soon as possible on the show this morning. Let's cross over to you and have, of course, Odudiobo join us now on the show this morning. Okay, let's proceed. We'll have Michael as soon as possible. So we understand that the National Sports Commission says they have a huge space of land across the country where they are looking at building these stadiums to have 6, at least, FIFA-approved stadiums across the country. And we understand that the experience of Mallam Shehu Dikko is hoping to bank on this particular one, of course. Michael is ready now. Michael Obasi, good to have you on the show this morning. You were in Paris the last time you appeared on ADBN Sport. Now, of course, you're in Abuja. Share with us this particular plan by Mallam Shehu Dikko, which he said is the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to have, of course, 6 functional stadiums, at least 6 functional stadiums across the country.
Thank you so much for having me on the show today. Of course, it's a pleasure being on the show. The last time I was on the show was in Paris, as you said. And now we are back home, and President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, after spending so much money on Team Nigeria's preparation and performance at the Olympic Games, was not impressed at all. And many have been saying that there's need for us to have a rethink about our sports development. And who else to do this for the nation is Mallam Shehu Dikko, who the president has trusted to start this new trajectory for Nigerian sports. It's nobody's sports ministry. It's not the National Sports Commission. After the act was passed with the last government, and now we clamored for this coming of the Sports Commission, and there's so much excitement, and with that kind of excitement, huge responsibility, and of course, a burden lie on the man, the new sheriff in town, Mallam Shehu Dikko, a man who is not new to the sector, is not yet to learn on the job. He has been in sports for so many years, and so what he has been doing the last couple of days since his appointment is engaging stakeholders, letting Nigerians understand the new trajectory, the new step that sports will be taking, the new phase that Nigerian sports will be taking. Like what you did say, he mentioned the issue of the stadiums, because that was the issue of our stadiums. The infrastructure is part of the 3 pillars that surround this mandate. 3 pillars of what we'll be doing in the next couple of years. If for our sports to move to the next level, and infrastructure is one of them. And maintaining our infrastructure across the country, and it said something very salient that to start with, having one FIFA world-class stadium in each of the zones, and making it about 6 in all across the country would be a good place to start. At every point in time, we have 6 stadiums, well furnished, functional, FIFA-approved, CAF-approved, for any international competition. For a nation like ours, for a sporting nation like ours, that is the least that we can have, of course, to show that, yes, we are giants of Africa. We've been in sport for so many years. And I think Mallam Shehu Dikko is ticking all the right boxes. Aside from the fact that he's a technocrat, he knows the industry so well. Uh, he's a man that has been around for so many years, and the only thing that can stand in his way right now is if he does not get the right support, and that's why a part of the three pillars is making sports as a national asset.
Yeah.
What that means is the fact that we're not just seeing sports as just recreational sector, a sector that can contribute to the GDP, a sector that can contribute his own as his own quarter to the general development of the nation. And so that's what it's trying to do. And the privileges that sports enjoy in the developed countries, those privileges from the private sector, from the government, and not just the normal bureaucracy of the sports ministry, uh, carrying file upon files to get things done, especially at the time of a competition. We have to go beyond that, just servicing sports consumption, not sports production, and that's what Shehu Dikko is talking about. We must develop our sports from the grassroots, which is fixing all the infrastructure, putting the right framework. The laws must be amended to suit the international bodies. How it's been done all over the world. Update our laws, our acts, our sports laws, and so if we don't get the framework right from the grassroots, we don't expect results at that level. We keep on going for international competitions. We cry that there's no medal. We cry that we're not doing well. We just pump taxpayers' money. And Mallam Shehu Dikko is saying that we must do things differently.
Yeah, definitely. Now, one common phrase that has occurred repeatedly since the appointment of Mallam Shehu Dikko is the phrase sports economy. And I recall that even the statement of the presidency when Mallam Shehu Dikko's name was announced, the vision of the president is to have a sports economy. And Mallam Shehu Dikko has also talked about this repeatedly. Now, let's go to practical terms now. Let's break it down because for an average Nigerian, we are just talking about sports economy. What are the things? You know Mallam Shehu Dikko so well, which is why you're on the program this morning. What are the things that he's saying or he has in stock? What are the plans to actualize this sports economy to ensure that it doesn't remain just on paper? And at the end of 3-4 years, we just start hearing that we had plans for sports economy. What are the practical steps or the action plan to achieve this particular sports economy?
Of course, that is exactly where the challenge is. And in practical terms, I keep on giving examples of the fact that as viable as Nigeria is in terms of our population, in terms of our expertise, in terms of our talent, let's give an example that we have all the Nigerian clubs in Nigeria, for instance, all the jerseys the Nigerian clubs are using are being produced back home by Nigerian manufacturing companies. Imagine what that is, what the kind of boom that is going to be, the kind of making replica jerseys, the kind of industry that is going to open up for those that will be involved in that business. Producing jersey for all the Nigerian 20 clubs, the National League club, that all of these things are produced back home. Even the football we are playing are produced back home. Those are the kind of things they mean by sport economy. And that's why other countries who are developing their sports are very viable in their sports. And he has also mentioned the fact that imagine around if you have 6 functional stadiums across the country, and we have hotels, world-class hotels around those stadiums, the kind of jobs it's going to create around those stadiums, the kind of activities that it's going to create around those stadiums. These are things when we go outside the country we see in developed world. Even in South Africa, you go to Morocco, the North Africans, there are things that are very, very visible that you see. And those are kind of things those are kind of thinking he has that we can put this together. We have the talent. We have the fund. We have the private sector that if they can key into what the government wants to do with the National Sports Commission, the right environment, understanding that yes, if you come into sports, there are privileges that you're going to enjoy, the tax rebate you're going to enjoy. It's not going to just be on paper, and it must be followed through. And that's what we're talking about.
Sporting
Everybody now
control.
sees sports as a national asset, not just something that, okay, let's just put somebody there and just go and uh,
Yeah,
be an
yeah,
appointee there and just chop money just for the boys.
yeah.
People that know what it
Sport
takes
is, yeah.
to develop this sector. And even with the media also, there are a lot of international organizations that want to partner us in sports, but they need the right people there to understand the kind of language they want to speak and all of that. So things will just come, it's just happening just seamlessly if things are working the way he plans it to work. If he gets the support, and if of course if he hit the ground running, which I know he has been doing. Yesterday, he engaged with officials
Nuga.
from Nuga
Yeah,
in his office, talking about the University Game
yeah,
Association. And he was emphasizing the importance of school sports.
yeah.
And he was saying that 34% of those that won medal at the last Olympic Games are from the
Yeah.
universities. The athletes, 34% of those athletes are from the universities that stay in school. And just imagine with all the universities we've got across the country, we have about six of those universities with excellent sport infrastructure. And that's why I was talking about universities having a pilot scheme where we have universities from each political zone as a sports center, center for sports excellence, where of course uh, the infrastructure are top class. Even when when the Super Eagles or other national team are in camp, they go to the university there to camp there because they have solid infrastructures. And there's no how you're not going to produce world beaters. Athletes that can run 9.7, athletes that can jump, that can beat the million yearly record. There's no how over the next couple of years you start producing athletes seamlessly, organically, because things the foundation are right. Because if the foundations are not there,
Okay.
we just continue dancing and circle and Madam Shehu Dikko says
Yeah.
we must do things differently, we must get different results.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Though a couple of these things will require legislative backing, and I'm hopeful that the NSC will send an executive bill to the National Assembly so that there will be legal backing for a couple of these things. I mean, nothing stops us from mandating that all club jerseys should be produced in Nigeria, and that a lot of companies should have involvement or put money into sport, and then we reduce a couple of their taxes. A lot of other countries are doing these things. So see what legislative action will be brought to bear in this area. Just quickly, I know you have so much to do. Let's talk about one of the documents. We understand that the former Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Eno, handed over to Mallam Shehu Dikko is a report of the investigative committee on Nigeria's outing at the Paris Olympics. You were in Paris. You saw it close hand. Those issues we had, the cycling issue with Ese Peseraye, the favor of Philly issue. You were there. You were also there when Senator John Eno did that news conference in Paris, right there. And we understand that one of the recommendations is that favor of Philly should be paid $5,000 for the fact that her name was omitted from the 100 meters event. There have been reports that she has been paid, but we understand that a couple of our colleagues have debunked those reports that that money has not been paid, at least as at this morning that we are talking. Now, you are close to Mallam Shehu Dikko. What is his plan to carry out those recommendations of that committee? First, let's even confirm, has he received the report, and what is the plan to carry out those recommendations?
I'm sure that you know that Malam Shehu Dikko resumed office just last week, and a lot of things are on the table. A lot of things are in front of him, and it's going to take them one after the other. One thing he has said repeatedly to those around him and to those that are close to him is that he's not going to rush things. And of course, when you rush things, you are bound to make mistakes. You look at everything holistically and take you the right steps. One thing that he has told everyone is that Nigerians must know is that he's here to take the right decision for the sports. He's here to take those bold decisions. He's here to take decisions not for the interests of individuals, for the interest of the nation and for the long run effect of our sports. And one thing I know is the fact that the report, I think he has gotten a report right now,
Okay.
and he's going to take his time to look at the report. He's an athlete person. If you know Mallam Shehu Dikko so
Yeah.
well, he's someone that is so passionate about the athletes, the footballers, their welfare, and all of that. So I think once it's done with that, it's the best decision that would benefit our athletes and benefit the sports. And one thing I think has been a problem with our sports over time, and even what happened at the Paris Olympics, that people don't take responsibility, and we don't.
Okay.
We're always so scared to take those bold decisions. The best words, the developed words that we envy today are words that take bold decisions. No matter who is involved, they take bold decisions. If the Nigeria Olympic Committee, of course, we're the one that fell short in the Ophili matter. Individuals must take responsibility, must be sanctioned, and must face the music, and that's the only way we will not see repeated mistakes.
Okay.
And I think that kind of thing we'll see under Mallam Shehu Dikko. He's a people's person that listens a lot, and of course, it takes his time to take decisions. But when he take those decisions, they'll be bold decisions.
Well, of course, I will be monitoring his progress. Thank you so much, Michael Obasi, for your time on the show this Wednesday morning. We hope to have you back soonest again to share your thoughts, of course, around sports development in the country. Thank you so much. I do have a lovely day in Abuja. Yeah,
Thank you so much. You guys are doing a yeoman's job. Always ready to be on the show. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate that. That was Michael Obasi, a sports journalist in Abuja, a media consultant also.